Comrades, brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
My name is Pröbsting. I'm the International Secretary of the RCIT, an international revolutionary, socialist and anti-imperialist organization. I want to thank the organizers, Dr. Shrami and all the other brothers and sisters, for organizing this conference. I want to thank the translator for doing all the hard work. Let me briefly introduce myself. Me and my comrades have been active in anti-imperialist solidarity since many years. We have helped to organize, together with many others, solidarity activities when the Americans attacked Iraq in 1990-1991. We have been on the streets and organized solidarity demonstrations, school student strikes, etc. when the Americans again attacked Iraq, killed hundreds of thousands of people, and finally occupied the country. We have been on the streets showing our solidarity with the heroic Palestinian people who have resisted against the Zionist occupation, against the Zionist aggression. We have shown our solidarity when the Palestinian people have succeeded in waging one intifada after the other, when they have resisted and defended their country against the Israeli army in 2008-9, 2012, 2014, when the Zionist tanks tried to conquer Gaza. We have been on the streets when the Arab people rose up in 2011 and did show with their deeds that they are fighting for democracy, for justice, for human rights. In a few months, we will have the 100th anniversary of the Sykes-Picot Agreement, which was the beginning of the colonialization of the Arab people. And it might be the case that in a few months we will have a second Sykes-Picot Agreement. Now we might call it a Kerry-Lavrov Agreement, dividing up the Middle East again, to occupy it, to rob its oil, and to oppress its people. But they have underestimated the determination and the steadfastness of the Arab people. They have underestimated it in the past when they occupied Iraq and they thought they can, without any problem, occupy the country. But then they had to face the heroic resistance of the people. What we have seen after 2011, when the Arab people stood up against dictatorship in Tunisia, in Libya, in Egypt, in Syria, they are fighting against any dictatorship until today. And it is particularly important to say this in these hours when our brothers and sisters in Aleppo are massacred by the murderers. I'm coming from the heart of Europe. As a socialist, revolutionary and anti-imperialist European, I have to denounce the European and the American powers and the Russian power who, in the name of democracy, in the name of human rights, have destroyed in the past one country after the other, have occupied one country after the other, and they are still trying this today. Let us not forget and let us denounce the rulers in Europe, in America, in Russia. Let us denounce them that they, in the name of democracy, as so-called defenders of democracy, have shown themselves in reality to be imperialists, great powers, and murderers. I want to give you a at the end, I want to give you just a small example of the hypocrisy of so-called democracy and human rights, as the Americans and the Europeans understand it. I'm living in Austria, and nearly 1 year ago, I was invited by a community of the Arab minority living in Iran. As you certainly know, they are oppressed there. They invited me to give a speech. At this speech, I did say a number of things. Among them, I did say the following sentences. I want to show my solidarity with the intifada of the Palestinian people, and I support the struggle against the state of Israel for its abolition, because only then, only if the state of Israel is abolished, only then the Arab and the Jewish people can live in peace. For these sentences, these two sentences, I have been called by the political police in Austria, and now the state prosecutor wants to start a trial against me because of sedition. They are threatening me to put me in jail for 5 years just because I expressed my solidarity with the Palestinian intifada, just because I expressed my solidarity with the Palestinian people against the Zionist state of Israel. Now, this is the understanding of democracy and human rights as the Europeans and as the American rulers have it. So, they should stop teaching the Arab people about human rights and democracy. The Arab people, since 2011, have proven that they are ready and they are determined to achieve democracy and human rights. But they can only achieve it without and against